Rex Heuermann, the Long Island serialist, allegedly blurted out in court yesterday and said that he's not guilty of the crimes he's accused of. He was there to be charged with the death of Valerie Mack. Forensic psychologist and true crime legend Dr. Katherine Ramsland was on NewsNation, and here's what she had to say about Heuermann. Ramsland said it's not surprising that he spoke out because so far he hasn't had a chance to speak. The charges are piling up. Also, she believes he's a guy who's very confident that he can convince others of pretty much anything. Mack's death was among the most awful. Not only did Heuermann allegedly subject her to his sicko fantasies of inflicting pain in any number of ways, he also, shall we say, disassembled things. For example, on her right leg, she had a distinctive tattoo of her son's name. Not wanting her identified, Heuermann decided that the leg had to go, if you know what I mean. We know that he read books about other serialists, presumably to learn from how they went about their crimes, people like Ted Bundy. We also know that a to-do list was found on Rex Heuermann's hard drive. The list contained notes for what to improve the next time. The items on the list were about taking certain steps not to get caught, and also about ways to get the most enjoyment out of his sick craft. For example, he wrote, "Use thick rope because thin rope breaks," and "Get a lot of sleep because if you're tired, you can't enjoy the act for as long as you want to." This guy is among the most depraved. Shockingly, Dr. Ramsland also said that she kind of thinks that another person might be involved, or at least have knowledge of what Rex was up to. I wonder who that could be. As for where Valerie Mack was found, as well as the other victims, Dr. Ramsland said that how and where the victims were found was about minimum effort and maximum protection. The perpetrator had to carry or drag the victims at some point. Most of them were found in very dense brush, desolate places where few people dare to tread. Also, the perp wanted to visit his victims in the future, so he put them in relatively the same place along Gilgo Beach. Although some victims were found in two places, again, disassembling things. Dr. Ramsland said some of the materials that Rex Heuermann was reading likely gave him ideas on how to, quote, decorate his fantasies. This phrase means adding new acts to his crimes to spice them up, if you will. The person who harmed Valerie Mack, allegedly Heuermann, wanted to experience his fantasies. He also wanted to witness how the person, the victim, reacted. Things like hear the victims cry, see them suffer. Imagine having to look up into this fugly face, this giant blob of a man. You can tell how I feel about Rex Heuermann. What astonishes me is that his wife continues to support him. She keeps saying she wants to see the evidence for herself. Maybe if you're married to somebody, you don't want to believe this, and you believe in the system where a person gets a trial, evidence is shared, then the jury decides if that person is guilty. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time on Bed Crime Stories.